Hello and welcome back. In our last video, we were learning about the top 5 principles that help you play smarter, better and win more games eventually. In part 2 of the series, we are going to learn another few principles that will help you play a better game. Without wasting time, let's get started. So, as we were looking in the last video, principle number 1, control the center. So, play your pawn towards the center, e4, e5. Principle number 2 was to develop your pieces and knights before the bishop. Why knights before the bishop? Because knights are the short range piece. White is developing his knight to f3, at the same time giving an attack to the e5 pawn. Black here played his queen to f6. Now check out for principle number 6. Avoid bringing out queen too early in the game. Now tell me one thing, if you have a diamond, where will you keep the diamond? Will you keep it outside in the garden or will you keep it safe in the treasure? We'll obviously want to keep it safe in the treasure, right? Same goes with our queen. Queen is the most powerful and the strongest piece on the board. We should not bring out too early in the game. What if it gets captured or attacked? We'll have to move it again and again, and that wastes our moves as well as time. So black did a mistake here by playing his queen to f6. Now, principle number 3 in the last video was develop your pieces, but after the knights, we develop the bishop. So, bishop to c4. Now, bishop is placed on the long diagonal as well as giving an attack to the weak f7 pawn. Here, black did queen to g6. Now, queen g6 gives an attack to the e4 pawn as well as the g2 pawn. But this is again violating the principle is moving the same piece twice in the opening. We should not move, we should avoid moving the same piece twice in the opening. Here, white following the fundamental castled. And now, black captured the pawn on the e4 square. Principle number 7. Check out for undefended pieces. You should not keep your pieces hanging or undefended. Here, bishop on c4 is an undefended piece, while queen is also an undefended piece over here. After queen captures, black went for bishop to f7. Check. If king captures the bishop, then knight to g5 is forking the king as well as the queen. What is a fork? Principle number 8. Double attack. Double attack means when one piece gives an attack to two different pieces at the same time. For example, here, the knight is giving an attack to the king as well as the queen. This is called as a double attack. Principle number 9 is avoid giving unnecessary sacrifices. Here the sacrifice was working. If the king captures, then knight g5 comes with a fork. But what if it doesn't come with a force? We should not sacrifice our piece. We should not sacrifice without a reason. We should have a good reason to sacrifice any of our piece. Here, black, instead of capturing the bishop on the f7 square, went for king to e7. Now, principle number 9. Rooks are best placed on the open files. We have a rook on the f1 square and there's a semi-open file over here. So, rook e1. This also gives an attack to the queen. Principle number 10. Develop with tempo. We have developed our rook with the tempo. What does a tempo means? A free move. That means we develop our piece by giving an attack to our enemy pieces. Giving an attack to the queen. Here, queen went on the f4 square and then rook e5 check. Principle number 11. Prioritize the forcing moves. Forcing moves are check, capture, threat. There are 3 forcing moves in chess. CCT. Check, capture, threat. Whenever you get an opportunity to give a check or attack your opponent's king or capture a piece or give a threat to any important piece on the board, you should not miss that opportunity. Grab that opportunity and follow the forcing moves. CCT. Giving a check. Here, if the king goes back on the d8 square, which is a blunder, then can you guys find mate in 1 here? Yes, rook to d8 is a checkmate. So, what if the king doesn't go back on the d8 square, instead plays his king to f7, capturing our bishop? Now, as I said, develop with the tempo. All your pieces should be actively placed. Here, we can give an attack to the queen. Play a pawn to d4, gives the support to the rook as well as there's an indirect attack, a discovered attack to the queen on the f4 square. The queen saves herself and then prioritize the forcing moves. Whenever the king is in open, try to give a check. So what will be the best move over here? Yes, knight g5. Give a check. The king comes up on the g6 square and now we can again give a check. Keep on checking the king because he is in the open. So queen to d3. If the king goes on the h6 square, then it's a checkmate in 1 move. Can you guys find the checkmate in 1 move? Comment down your answers in the chat box. Correct. Knight to f7. It is a double attack. The bishop gives an attack to the king as well as the knight. The queen cannot capture the knight because bishop is still attacking the king. The king cannot go anywhere and it is a checkmate. Okay, what if the king is not going on the h6 square, rather he is moving on the h5 square? Sacrifice for a good reason. Remember the principle, sacrifice for a good reason. So we play our pawn to g4. If the king captures the pawn, then queen h3 is a checkmate. And even if he doesn't capture the pawn, still queen h3 is a checkmate. So in today's video, we have learned about some amazing fundamentals, some amazing principles, which was do not bring out your queen too early in the game. So these were our 7 different principles that we have learned in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and got to learn something new from this. For more such videos, stay tuned. Please hit the like button. Thank you.